Good evening, boys and girls. It's me. I'm back, and it's gonna start tonight with 40. What is it with that number?
I don't know. It's just a very good number in the Bible.
It's a very long time. 40? Yeah. Okay, well, here it goes. Here's Joshua. Remember, Joshua's gonna be the new leader.
We hope so.
40 years had passed since Joshua and Caleb and the other 10 scouts made their trip through the land of Canaan.
And what did they find?
Well, they weren't going to have such an easy go of it.
And?
Well, as the new leader of the Israelites, Joshua knew that things had probably changed in Canaan since he had been there. Yeah, 40 years, it would take a long time. Different people had come there to live. Cities had been built where there had not been before. They needed to hurry it up and stake out their claim. You know, they never watched any Western movies, have they?
Mm-mm.
Then the Israelites themselves had now won some of the battles, and the news had spread. Joshua was wondering just what the Canaanites had heard about him. Well, across the Jordan River, from the place where the Israelites were camped, stood this city. It's got a name.
What's his name?
Jericho. There's a song about it.
No, don't sing that song. It'll take too long.
Okay, you can look it up on a YouTube. Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle up.
You're going to sing it anyway, aren't you?
No, not now. I lost my place. Anyway, they were surrounded by high walls. They came falling down. See, I remembered it now.
Okay.
Before they could take the rest of the country, they had to capture this city, which stood in its way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua went to two men across the river secretly to find out something about Jericho. Like, he probably wanted to know, was there a back door?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, the two spies, they slipped through the gates in the great wall of the city, and among the crowds, they blended in.
Okay.
They went in and out. They found a house inside where they stopped to eat and rest. Wow, they really were blending in with the social life.
Mm-hmm.
But they had not been as smart as they thought they had. Someone had spotted them as strangers and reported them to the king. Oh, man. They should have worn masks.
Or something like that.
Well, immediately, the king sent messengers to the woman who owned a house where they stayed. Uh-oh, she's in trouble now. She's an accomplice.
That's a big word for you.
Her name was Rahab. Now, she saw the officers coming, and she rushed the Israelites up onto the roof of her house.
What?
They used it for a porch. They did lots of stuff up there. They didn't have decks.
Okay.
And there, she had some stalks of flax, you know, like plants, spread out to dry, because she was going to make yarn.
Okay.
So that she could make them into cloth one day, I told you. The men lay down on the flat roof, and she covered them up. You know, hide and go seek.
Oh, I got that.
Then she went down, and she met the officers. Rahab, the officers, the soldiers, you know, they called out, "The king demands that you turn over to him the two strangers that came into your house. They think they're going to be spies." Oh, this is true. Some men were here earlier. Oh, she's faking them out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that they were spies. They left about dark. So if you intend to catch them, you had better hurry. Oh, now she's using deception.
Mm-hmm.
They have already had time to get a head start. You should run along. Run.
It didn't say that.
I know, I added it.
Fine.
Hurriedly. Well, the men rode off through the city gates, headed towards the river where they had seen the Israelites camped. But naturally, they never found any trace of the men. Not even a sock.
Okay.
And when she saw the messengers had gone, Rahab climbed back onto the roof and said, "Psst, psst. They had a secret password.
No, they didn't.
Well, she told the spies that it was safe to come out. She says, tell us why you hid us and saved our lives. I know that your God has promised to give you this land.
Was she a Christian? Well, she knew the Christian story and stuff. You know, she'd heard.
Oh, word gets around about them Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here in Jericho knows it, she says, and we are afraid. We all heard of the way your God held back the waters of the Red Sea. Oh yeah, news traveled. While you crossed over, and we heard about the battle you won over the Amorites. They didn't even have Facebook, and they could get this news spread.
Yep.
We know that he will help you take our city, for the God you worship is truly God in heaven above all and on earth beneath. Please, she begged, when you return to take the city, save me and my family. Promise me you will do this. Well, they already owe her a favor as it is.
Mm-hmm, they do.
Our lives for yours, they promised. If you will not tell anyone about our being here, we will remember you when we come back to the city. How are they going to know her?
There'll be a marker, a symbol.
Oh. Like on the doorpost?
No, there won't be any blood spread around on the doorpost, but there'll be a marker, trust me.
Okay, well, then it says, now Rahab's house was built right into the wall of the city, and it had a window facing outside the wall. Through the window, she dropped a strong cord. Oh, that's a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
A bright red piece of rope. Can't miss that. Before the men slid down the rope to safety, they reminded Rahab.
What they remind her of?
God bless.
Thank you.
Well, they said, gather all your family into your house before we return. That way they will be saved with you. And how will you remember which house it is? She asked. Keep this red cord hanging from the window, and we will find you, they answered. Yep, good sign. Then she lowered them on the rope and left it tied tightly to the window. Go to the hills and hide for 3 days. Until the king stops looking for you. Boy, he doesn't have a very long attention span.
It doesn't.
She called softly to them through the darkness of the night. After 3 days, 1, 2, 3, the king's officers returned to Jericho to report that they had not been able to capture the spies. It was safe for the men to come down from the hills and return to their camp across the river. Excited by their adventure, they hurried to Joshua. Oh yeah, tell him the news. And gave him this message. The people of Jericho are afraid of us and will not fight against us. It's time for us to attack. The end. Wow. They had an insider.
Uh-huh.
Like in the detective shows.
Uh-huh.
Inside connection. Rahab. Yeah.
Okay, what now?
It's time for me to say goodnight.
Okay, say goodnight to him.
I say, snuggle down and pull your covers up and dream about